Dear Dad, so you reached 60, how does it feel? Has the master plan played out and are things looking ideal? I'll tell you one thing, all those lessons you instilled have kept me on the path to make my dreams a bit more real. You taught me that lessons learnt come through struggle, and we both know that growing up, I was always in trouble. I spent most of my teenage years grounded, which much to your annoyance taught me to push boundaries. But now I hope you stand back proudly as I continue to push the world's boundaries. And it's those lessons on lessons that stop me from floundering. Because when the floor drops from beneath me, I could easily end up drowning, but you always calmly taught me that the world won't give me an outing. So if I want to be heard, then I better start shouting. Speak up for all I'm worth and every single soul that doubts me. And if they don't like what they see, well, I'm better off without them. And through these years, you taught me lessons that I will never forget. You taught me that strength is in understanding that the best is coming yet, and that being vulnerable is okay as long as it's not charged with regret, and that every step I take should be larger than before, and that every opportunity is worth a knock on every single door. And I'm always a million miles away, and I'm always wanting more. Well, where do you think that came from? Who do you think was keeping score? I'd come home with a 9 out of 10, and you'd say, what about one more? So adventure to adventure, my journeys sing like symphony scores. And as a child, you always taught me that beauty was in the unique. So from a plethora of berets to high-heeled wedges on my feet, I dressed in every kind of fashion trying to understand me, but the beauty is in the breakdown, in our very simplicity. And I know that because when I'm speaking ideologically, you look at me in utter disbelief. But there's always a hint of a smile where you see that as my beauty. You taught me that pretty isn't the skin I'm in, it's the thoughts inside my brain, and that if some guy doesn't appreciate that, then he doesn't deserve to say my name. But you always taught me that one day he'll come, and he'll whisk me away, and we might not get it right, and my heart might start to break. And in those times when I'm alone with sorrow strung like fairy lights, a million miles away from home, you'll still be on the phone, day or night. Remember those times we'd let the records spin and spin, the music of Elton John and Bernie Taupin's lyrics sinking in, and we'd dance around the living room, prancing and listening for the message in his words, and looking for one more album cover goblin. We'd soak in every treble clef, every note and every chord, singing Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting until every neighbour heard. And I know that Elton's your favourite, but you cry for Bridge Over Troubled Water and croon every heartfelt line to your one and only favourite daughter. And it's funny, I think of all you taught me, and what sticks in my mind was this one mid-September morning. You decided to drive me to the train station so I'd make it on time, but the train was approaching the platform and I knew I wouldn't make my ride. And I was ready to leg it, I pulled my coat in real tight, and in the pouring rain you looked me dead in the eyes and you said, Em, don't run for anything. And I'll never forget that time, because I carry that now with me in every walk of my life. Those 5 words always give me the courage to fight, to stand my ground and say I belong here and I don't need anybody's invite. So I want to thank you, and I hate to say it, but Dad, you were always right.